Okay, so today what we're going to go through is a term called refeeds. So what are they? Refeeds are a day, or it can be a couple of days in your diet where you increase your calories. So you bring your calories up to kind of maintenance or just above maintenance. So they're used in when you're trying to lose fat. So when you're in a calorie deficit, they can be brought in then. So what you do, if, for example, if you're eating 2,500 calories per day in your calorie deficit, you could bring those calories up to around kind of 3,000, so that's around kind of your maintenance or just above it. So why would you use them? So originally what they thought refeeds were used for was that when you have these extra calories, they thought it would boost your metabolism because you're eating more food. It kind of brings your metabolism back up, speeds it up a bit. But research has kind of shown lately that that doesn't really happen. So it doesn't boost your metabolism. So you kind of have to think, so why would you use them then? There's plenty of other kind of benefits that taking refeed days has. So I've listed them here. So the first one is it's a psychological break. So it can be something to look forward to, and because when you're dieting, it can get monotonous. So if you bring in these refeeds where you have these days of higher calories, you kind of look forward to them days. And another benefit is food variety. So because you're eating that much more calories, you can kind of bring in some different foods that you mightn't have been eating on the lower days. So gym performance. So if you're finding that your gym performance is slacking and you're kind of lacking energy and stuff like that, having a refeed can be good, as it can boost the performance because you're getting more fuel into the body. So social events is the next one. So using refeeds kind of around your lifestyle, using them on the days that you kind of have something on and you're going to kind of go over your calories or something like that. And it's also a good if you plan ahead, so you know that you have something on X day, you can plan, okay, I'm going to have my refeed that day. So recovery then, so if you're finding yourself not recovering, you're under recovering kind of consistently, having a day or two refeed can help boost that recovery. The next benefit is water retention. So sometimes there's not too much research that knows why this happens, but a lot of times when you're holding a lot of water, and even like that the scale isn't going down, actually eating more, having a refeed can flush out, get rid of the water. So they're not fully clear in the research to exactly why it happens, but and from personal experience, I've seen many times where kind of weight is stalling and then you use a refeed or 2 or 3 day refeed and the water just clears, then the scales go down. So adherence is the next benefit. It's really been shown that it really helps adherence because you're kind of like that, you're getting that psychological break. So in a long-term diet, it's kind of really important to really use refeeds, and it'll keep you on track and it will prevent binging then. So having like an extra 500 calories is a lot better than having an extra 5,000 by going off on a binge. So these two kind of tie together. And so how to use refeeds? You can use them in a variety of ways. People use them lots of different ways. You can do it like 1 day a week where you bring calories up pretty high, up to kind of maintenance or just above it. You can do 2 refeeds a week and keep your calories, even maybe go a bit lower on how far you bring them up. Some people use refeed days on training days, like the hardest training session you have of the week. They'll put the refeed on that day. So, and usually around your post-workout, so after the workout is when you'll have that biggest meal and the extra calories to help kind of recovery. And use them. They're actually, refeeds are a very valuable tool, And if you've kind of worked with me, you'll know I use these a lot, especially with long-term diets. They're just, I think they're key to having that adherence long-term.